was I thinking?
I don't know.
This guy stinks. This Zach Wilson guy, he stinks at football.
Yeah.
Now listen, I understand that he's incredibly handsome. What's your problem? This guy sucks.
Yeah,
he
sure.
does, dude. I am.
No doubt.
I just usually hear you much more positive.
I know. I try
Argument.
my best not to bury people. I do. I try my best. I will spin zone anything into but maybe. Watching this guy, you just think to yourself, he shouldn't be allowed in the NFL. This guy he's tough to watch. I'm sick of watching him.
Yeah.
I'm sick of watching him.
Can the Jets somehow beat the Miami Dolphins? I doubt it. I would love to see a competitive AFC East game between the Miami Dolphins and the New York Jets, but I don't think we're going to see that. Pat McAfee is absolutely right, and there is no easy way to say it. Zach Wilson, at this point, absolutely sucks, and I'm sure every, or just about every, New York Jets fan would agree. At this point, I bet a lot of Jets fans are wondering what Robert Saleh and Joe Douglas were thinking when, after Aaron Rodgers went down, they didn't find somebody who could play quarterback for the New York Jets.
Like we said, you know, we think Zach is incredibly talented. Felt like he'd get an opportunity to sit behind Aaron and just learn if, you know, empathetically or sympathetically. When you look at Zach, he's never really had an opportunity to watch somebody play the position. And I mean, he's had, you know, Joe Flacco was fantastic. Mike White did some good things, but to just sit back and just watch from the ground up. And that was his opportunity with Aaron, and 4 plays in, he's back into the starting lineup. So he never really got to really sit back and kind of absorb and just get that redshirt year that you would have loved to have given him.
Dude, I understand. I understand if you wanted to see if your first-round draft pick, a new young quarterback, could do something given his opportunity. But you probably should have seen enough after the 4th or 5th game of the season. Now you're bringing in some guy named Tim Boyle to face the Miami Dolphins' resurgent defense. Good luck with that.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun one. I'm really excited to get out there with the guys. I think, you know, it's been a good week of prep so far on a short week, but I think we've all handled the short week and obviously the change really well. Coaches have given me all the information I need, but yeah, an opportunity is an opportunity. I'm really excited to take advantage of it. Yeah, like I said after the game, I think my priority this week is going to be getting the ball out on time, not trying to take sacks. So I think just getting the ball in our playmakers' hands and let them have fun with it, and you know, just keeping us on pace. You know, I want to get down in the red zone and score some points. I think that's going to be an important focus for us this week, is just getting down there and putting points on the board, especially against a potent offense like the Dolphins have. Not so much with Garrett. Him and I have, you know, built a good relationship throughout the past few weeks, but I think, you know, all the other guys who are playing, you know, I played with them preseason. You know, I played with all these guys, all the tight ends, the young receivers, so I feel confident with those guys. I think tomorrow out in practice will be good to get the timing down. You know, we have a good full-speed practice tomorrow, so I'll take full advantage of those reps, but not really something I'm worried about. I know how G plays. I kind of know where to put the ball for G, so not a huge concern, but definitely something we can iron out tomorrow at practice.
There's no understatement in saying that the Jets' offense is really, really bad. The Jets have only scored 150 points the entire year. In contrast, the Miami Dolphins scored 70 in one game.
This offense, it is broken. They have 1 touchdown in their last 46 possessions. They have 1 touchdown in their last 15 quarters. They have 1 touchdown drive of longer than 1 play since October 1st, and they are averaging 13.2 points per game, which is lower than last year under Mike LaFleur, and it is lower than what they did during their disastrous season in 2020 with Adam Gase. Zach Wilson is not the entirety of the Jets' offensive problems. This line is riddled with injuries and can't block you or I as a result. The receivers are not getting open, and when they are open, they are dropping passes. Allen Lazard dropped his 7th, which is 17% of his targets. These are all numbers that say it's not necessarily all Zach Wilson, but these issues on offense, they are compounded by the quarterback. So is Tim Boyle an immensely more talented player than Zach Wilson? No. Will Tim Boyle fix all of the Jets' problems? Maybe not, but it could potentially provide a jolt. It could potentially provide a boost. And right now, with this Jets offense in the rut that they are as we approach Thanksgiving, they cannot continue to do the same thing over and over and over again.
What's extremely sad about this entire saga is that the New York Jets have a Super Bowl quality, dominant, aggressive defense. and they're only giving up 20 points a game, which is fantastic until you realize the Jets only score 15 points a game. I have no idea whatsoever how the New York Jets are only an 8-point underdog. There is obviously only two reasons why the odds makers think that this might be a relatively close game. First, as I said, and as everybody knows, the New York Jets have an elite Super Bowl quality defense. And secondly, the weather up in the Meadowlands for this game is expected to be in the mid-40s in terms of temperature with an 8-mile-an-hour wind. Having grown up in Connecticut, up in the Northeast, that's football weather to me. I absolutely love 40-degree weather playing football. However, we have a Hawaiian quarterback down here in Miami who is 0-4 when the temperature at game time is 50 degrees or below. So could the Jets actually beat the Miami Dolphins? Well, you know, there's a cliche. That cliche goes, on any given Sunday, somebody can upset somebody else. Except we're not playing on Sunday. We're playing on Friday, and I doubt the New York Jets have a chance in this game. There is one way that I think the New York Jets could defeat the Miami Dolphins. One way. And that is if the defense can cause turnovers and score. I don't mean cause turnovers and then turn the ball back to Tim Boyle and hope he's going to do something. I'm talking about getting a fumble recovery and running it in for a touchdown, maybe having a pick six or two. The defense is going to have to score if the New York Jets have any hope of beating the Miami Dolphins. Did you see what Jalen Ramsey did to Aiden O'Connell in the Raiders game? The defense from Miami forced the Raiders to abandon the run and put the onus on Aiden O'Connell. And of course, they made him pay for it. So I don't expect to see Breece Hall and Dalvin Cook making any headway. I think they're going to stack the box and force Tim Boyle to beat them. And then Tim Boyle, he may end up the same fate as Aiden O'Connell. So the only way, and I do mean the only way that I see that the Jets can win is if the defense scores some points. Betting on a defense to carry the load is a losing proposition, but it could happen, but it's highly unlikely. It's a shame to see that the Jets started this season with such promise and the season died basically on their first drive of the season. Right now, the New York Jets are a team on life support, and you could see their heart beating starting to fade during the beatdown they got from the Buffalo Bills. The Jets' saving grace at this point is that they have nothing to lose, absolutely nothing to lose. They can leave it all on the field because all they have right now is everything to prove that they're not completely demoralized and that they can put up a fight. That makes them a formidable opponent and a dangerous opponent on defense. But the cuckold nature of this offense gives them little hope against the Miami Dolphins. All of that being said, here's the deal. Could the New York Jets beat the Miami Dolphins? Yeah, of course, anything can happen. Is it likely? Nope. I don't see that there's any way possible that the New York Jets offense can score enough points to beat the Miami Dolphins. I personally think an 8-point spread is absurd. The Jets haven't shown that they can score on anybody. In fact, it wouldn't surprise me at all if the Dolphins win by 20 points or more. But there is too is history in bad weather or cold weather, and of course that feisty New York Jets defense that could keep it close. Let's see what happens, but I'm looking for an emphatic exclamation point, Dolphins win. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think that the Jets can even be competitive with the Miami Dolphins? I'd love to hear it in the comments. Talk to you soon.